Welcome back to the Clash of Lords 2 um, tutorial series. Today I'm going to cover the arena. I believe you get this on Town Hall 4. I'm not too sure, but I'm pretty sure though. Basically you'll build your town or your arena, and I'm going to give you some tips, some key tips on doing arenas. When you first start off as a lobby, I mean, it's pretty easy. Usually, IGG gives you some real easy arenas to do, but while you progress in in the ranks of your arena, they will start getting harder, and that's when you're gonna need these tips. Um, Before I go into this, I want to thank if I have any higher level players that are watching this video. I just want to say, if you're one of those guys, I really appreciate it, because without you guys, it would be very difficult to get up in the ranks. And last season, I was able to get up to Team, I believe it was. Let me see. Yes, Team. I was able to get the 2,000 jewels last season because of the higher level players downsizing their team, which I also do now after seeing that. We're here to enjoy the game and try to make it as easy as possible, and I really do appreciate those guys and girls, if there are some that are playing, that they're doing that for us, especially for us lowers. It's really hard to get up in those ranks. So anyway, I set it up so that I found already, so you don't have to watch me scan through, is to find a base or an opponent that's already set up like that. So here that you can see my heroes are only at 120 and a 102, and this guy is just beast. He has a 162 as a tank, and all his other heroes are at 150, 136. And there's no way that I would beat this team. But you see how all his players are set behind his base here? That's right here. And if you zoom in, there's these markings on their platform. This is the key. If most of their guys are all back in the set up behind the base, kind of, yeah, they're set up behind the base, and only one of their platforms, or it doesn't really matter if all of them were lined up right here, if they are equal with the first mark's usually right there, and there's a second one, and there's a third one. If they're set up at that first mark, your guys are majority, well, I'm gonna say guaranteed to go after the building. And usually, if you have strong enough players, you'll be able to take out this building. If they're set up at the second mark, which is right here, I'm not sure on my recording it's looking at the second mark, but you can look, and there's actually 3 marks on the platform. If they're set up at the second mark, your troops will tag their people, which is bad. You don't want that, because you know you're not going to get them. So if it's lined up for the first mark, as you can see, you can eyeball it, it's on the first mark, then they're just going to go ahead and attack it. I'll show you real quick. And as you can see, they are marching towards the building. It's okay that they're going to hit your troops, as long as you get that building down. I'm going to go ahead and tap my divines. So basically, they are giving you their base, which they think they're tricking you, but for the most part, if you get your troops strong enough, you're gonna take out that base. For low level people, when you use that strategy, look at their level, look at their troops, try to see if they have evolved troops or not, because that's going to be the key thing. Almost every team that you have, you'll come against usually will have a Pangoli, and they'll have Pangoli Divine, which makes it a little difficult for younger level troops, because they'll use that Divine and push his heroes away, and then you're gonna, it usually is a 50-50 type thing using that strategy. On this one, how it's set up, you see this guy is set up on the first marker, but Pounder is set up on the second one. So if I attack this guy, and from the look of his team I would not win, and plus his level's higher than mine, I'm not going to attack this guy because one of his players are lined up on the second mark. This would only work if all his heroes were set up on the first mark, or at least one of them, and the rest were behind the building. So this is a good example what not to attack if you're using this tip, this strategy, so on and so forth, whatever you want to call it. Alright, see this thing? I would not take this team because he has 150s and so on and so forth, and I only have 120s. And his troops are ahead of this building. I would not take this. Besides that, I usually reset and try to find so I can go up in the ranks. Every time you complete this bar, you're gonna get a ranked award, and of course I've already gone through majority of this, but you get some really good rewards here as you go up in rank. It's pretty self-explanatory. When you go up in rank, you go up to the next level, and then you get another reward. You want to go as high as you can, and make sure that you do your arenas every day before a reset. This is really key on leveling your characters, leveling your count, and being able to get those jewels so you can get some better heroes. Because the arenas is by far one of your main key things to do for, you know, leveling your whole account pretty much. It gives you gold, souls, rings, gems, aids. So you really want to progress as high as you can every season. The arenas reset every 2 weeks, so they'll do a full reset, which brings you back down to the first rank. So every 2 weeks, keep that in mind, every 2 weeks. So you want to push as much as you can, find opponents that you can beat, so you can get higher and higher in this. Before last season, the furthest I was able to get to was Earl, and last season, thanks to those guys that I really appreciated, I was able to get up to King, which is 3 away from the top. 2,000 gems were wonders for me. I mean, all of these rewards helped me level my heroes up really good. So, yeah, keep in mind, you want to do these daily. Can't stress that enough. When it comes to, I forgot to mention, when it comes to the foe of the day, these do not affect your 11 challenges. You can attack the foe of the day all day, and it won't affect your challenge. You'll still have 11 out of 11, or whatever attacks you use regularly, but you can attack the foe of the day as much as you want, and it will not hurt your challenges, excuse me. So that's basically the lowdown on arenas. Remember, if you're trying to do that little tip / strategy, make sure you look at their level, their troops. If you're low level, to look at the where their troops are aligned, and hopefully you guys can get them down, and hopefully that tip helps you out. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode.